Baseball bat as a popsicle stick. Yeah, some line
Just
like
a throwback line.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. Like I forgot the name of the original villains.
Warriors, come out to play.
What's up, YouTube? It is Drive-By Movies with another episode of Sequeled. My name is James.
My name is Blaze.
This week, I am revisiting The Warriors.
They've got one chance. They've got one night. The Warriors.
We're back.
Yep. This is a good one to start off with, I feel like. The Warriors is a movie that means a lot to both of us. And it's a movie that I feel like we've talked about doing, but it was one where it was just like, I don't want to rush it out. Like, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? And I still don't even feel like I got it perfect, but this is where I would go in the direction.
And what better way to start season 2 of Sequel with a movie that you love so much.
Yeah.
And that you've taken the time to think about.
Yeah, like I don't want to mess this up, and that's the whole point of our sequel. What would we do with the movie and try not to fuck up the story?
Well, no, I'm gonna be honest. There's a couple I fucked up on purpose.
Yeah, there's
Harold
a
and
few.
Kumar.
Yeah,
I
was
love
really
that.
hilarious.
I love that movie, but I needed to take it to like a Bill and Ted special place.
Yeah. I dug that episode though. But so yeah, with The Warriors, so there's multiple ways you could go with. You could go with a sequel that takes place right after or something, but hire new actors. No, in this day and age, who cares if it's 40 years after the fact? In this case, 1970. So it's been it's been 40 years since the time that this movie came out in the 70s. For the most part, though, I just thought might as well just pick it up in modern times right now. And even though this movie takes place in the future, but I don't really want to bring back too much of the old cast. I always find that gimmicky, like with sorry Ghostbusters, but just throwing in all the old actors for small cameos, like that's all I feel like you could really do with a movie like this, but I'm not going to do that except for one character. So with Sequeled, our story takes place years after, and also a little fun fact, there was a sequel to The Warriors called Jailbreak. It was a comic book. I found that out while writing this little mini pitch that what that was about. It's about the Warriors leaving no man behind and trying to break Ajax out of jail. And I'm not sure if they're successful or not. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't go into too much reading it, but I think they do break him out, and my story actually does take place in jail, but Ajax is back in jail again, though.
He's back in jail.
Yeah, Ajax is going to be played by James Remar, and he looked good. He was in Horns recently, or Horns isn't that recent, but I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want him to be in jail. He's kind of like, and in order to make it in jail, you have to be in a gang, essentially. Kind of like normal life in this New York City that they built in back in the 70s. God, I love The Warriors so much. That movie's so good.
Yeah.
But this movie is going to be called The Warrior. Yeah. It's not going to be called
Isn't there
Warriors
already,
2.
wait, is there a The Warrior? I know there's Warrior, right?
With Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy and the other guy that you like.
Oh, Joel Edgerton.
Yeah. I think it's just Warrior, right? Or is it The Warrior?
That one's just Warrior. And then there was also, I think there was like The Warrior's Way or something. Do you remember that movie when we were kids?
I can't really remember.
It's like a kid who trains at these weird like karate creatures or something, or kung fu creatures. I'm not sure, but yeah, they're just a weird species.
It sounds like a weird movie.
Yeah. But yeah, so this one, like, I feel like that's the thing though. You can't add a 2 in it. It doesn't feel classy. Yeah.
And I feel like it also seems cooler to just drop a letter like, oh,
yeah,
like this could be an original. If you know about the Warriors, you know that this is also the sequel.
Right.
Know?
Exactly.
So I feel like it has some marketability there.
Yeah. And throw some little like fun not Easter eggs, but just fun things from the original. So the main gang that's going to be the bad ones in jail is going to be the Baseball Furies, everyone's favorite. I feel like,
of course.
Yeah. Fun fact: at Comic-Con a few years ago, I cosplayed as a Fury with some dorky makeup, but a lot of people loved it though.
I feel like you could do a fun. Well, not really fun, but like an interesting look into basically the jail could be full of the different warrior groups, similar to how jails are like split amongst the races nowadays. Like you could kind of play with that.
I definitely wouldn't want like it split by like races essentially, because I know that is a common thing in jail movies that we've seen. Maybe in real jail, I wouldn't know. I haven't been there. But like, yeah, I want it to be like, in order to survive, you have to be in gangs. So like, the only one that's actually huge in there, I feel like, is going to be Baseball Furies. There's other ones that we've just never heard of. Unfortunately, costumes is something that like I thought was such a big thing in the Warriors. So how do we do it? It's a future. So my version of this jail is going to be, I mean, I love the Arkham games. It's going to be inspired by that. Not where like, it's like they all have weapons inside jail, but it's going to be like an area they closed off. They just throw criminals in. They don't care if they kill each other. There are guards who are there to try to stop it, but they don't really care.
What about like kind of like Escape from New York then?
I haven't seen Escape from New York yet, actually. I'm bad on that one because I love John Carpenter.
If I remember correctly, like the island is almost like a prison in itself.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. So that's kind of what I see. Like not like maybe just like a couple blocks or something where like it's sectioned off on the city in New York maybe, and that's the jail. Like there's guards, there's a huge wall around it, but some of the guards are crooked, and that's what the movie's going to be about, kind of. So my movie is going to be about a new character named Wolf, because he's a lone wolf.
Oh, I see what you did there.
On the outside.
And he has no gang.
Yeah, exactly. I know that's cheesy, but that's what I came up with for now. That's easily changeable. That's why I need a co-writer. Thanks for helping me out. Yeah. He's in jail because he was defending his brother from the Baseball Furies. They murdered him, and he murdered one of the other ones. And so now he's in jail. And what's it called? He doesn't associate himself with gangs, never has, and doesn't plan to. But he falls under the wing of Ajax and stuff, and he teaches them the way to survive inside jail and stuff.
The Warriors way?
The Warriors way. Yeah. He's like, got to have a throwback line where like he's like, make sure you use their baseball, their baseball bat as a popsicle stick. Yeah, some line
Just
like
a throwback line.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. Like I forgot the name of the original villains.
Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play.
I mean, they're iconic, but no need to bring them back. But I thought like there could be a funny line in the final showdown where like the baseball field is like, oh, someone came out to play or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, just it would be a cool story about like Ajax taking Wolf under his wing, training him, and overall like there's going to be a scene where the Baseball Furies, in order to get to like a Wolf and Ajax, because they hate Ajax and stuff, they organize a prison riot with the guards, to where like some of the guards are in on it. They take out most of the guards that are the good people, and have a little love interest with one of the guards. She's a girl who works there and stuff, and Wolf could like just become friends with her, like working there. I thought, I know it's dorky and stuff, but like you kind of need that in the Warriors, I feel like.
I think so. So I did have a question. Would you still incorporate, one of the things I loved about the original Warriors was that comic book style. Like it felt very comic book in the action, but also in the editing and the, like they did those little cool effects. I don't know if that was just with the re-release version or if that's still in the original.
So I have the original on VHS. There is no comic stuff in there. But my first time ever seeing it was the DVD director's cut. And the DVD director's cut is what features those comic style. I mean, I didn't think that part through, but I don't see why not bring that in and stuff. I thought that was a cool aspect. I really, really tried hard to bring in some kind of radio guest thing, because that's what I found Warriors to be so much fun with the radio DJ talking to, like she's not like flat out talking about gangs and stuff. It's like more like she's using it as like metaphors and stuff, like, oh, this is for any warriors out there, just like that was just like a cool part of the Warriors for me, and I just love those editing aspects of the film. But I just couldn't figure it out to make it work for this story. But yeah, maybe that's something like some people in the comments can help out with adding in. But this is a script I would love to write though someday, and I never got into like the casting aspect. So, but of course, like I want James Remar to come back to play Ajax. Baseball Furies, I mean, they're all wearing makeup and stuff. So makeup's allowed in this prison, because there are still some illegal goods that can sneak their way in, because it's a city. Like I thought,
contraband is on high in this.
I thought it'd be fun. Like they figure out a way to go through sewers and stuff, and to where like it's not that hard getting out and getting back in, because the guards are crooked, like they're in on it and stuff. Like they don't allow people, but they do allow certain people to come back in. And that's why the Baseball Furies have this like evil mindset of like inside the prison and outside the prison too.
Yeah.
Like they're one of the biggest gangs now. They're like almost Cyrus status. But the actor I had in mind to play Wolf, I thought was Shamik Moore. I love Dope. That was one of my favorite movies a couple of years back, and he's like just the right age, so I see where he's like still young but almost an adult and stuff. And if you haven't, also like most people probably know him as the voice of Miles Morales in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. But yeah, I just thought he was great and just like has the look of like a warrior style, I feel like.
Definitely. I've loved him, and I feel like him cutting his teeth on something like this that's, you know, kind of a throwback to an older film, but also could be like this next big thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my sequel to The Warriors. I love this movie. I do not want to mess it up, and that's where I would go with it. Keep it small, but like I don't want to like do a remake or just like ignore the events of the original, essentially. So that's why I thought like, let's just make the sequel in a more distant future, essentially. And yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of room to play with it, but I hope I did everyone proud with this one.
Yeah, I dig your version, and I'd like to see what our other viewers think about what you wrote and kind of if they had any revisions to kind of like what your story of the Warriors would be. So anyways, guys, check out the Amazon affiliate link down below to watch the original Warriors, and that's the best way to support the show.
After doing that, be sure to leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about our thoughts on a Warrior sequel. If you already have one, let me know. Maybe we can work together. But after doing that, please subscribe if you haven't done so, and hit that notification bell to get all our latest updates.
That's it for Sequel. Tune in next week for another new video.